Uh-oh, we're going live, and my alarms are going off. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is a Tuesday, and this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It's about 7:49. Kids are off from school. They had a day off yesterday. It was a little rainy, icky out this morning, right? Right, right, Betty? And we got my Betty dog sitting here with us. Betty, you want to say hi? Betty, come here. Say hi. Can you say hi? Can you say hi to the Betty dog? There's the Betty dog. Clickbait, right? No, it's just Betty dog. Her brother's all upset because it got rainy, wet, and he didn't like it. It hasn't rained all there, and growled at her, didn't he? He growled at you. Anyway, this is not the dog show. This is about Agile and Scrum, and I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And it's funny, we're going to talk about being a Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and we help bring value to the customer. And so you don't work in 60, 80 hours a week, and do it in a way that you can have fun and get home with your family and friends and balance your workload and what you're doing, right? So that's kind of what we're up to. And today's topic. So I had a question yesterday from one of my connections. The person was asking me about how do you be a PM, a Scrum Master, an Agile Coach at the same time? And so I said, oh, when I answer this, says, you don't mind if I use this as a topic? So I want to use it as a topic because it's a really interesting question. And some people ask, oh, you're a PM in an Agile Coach role. I said, not really. I was always an Agile person in a PM's, what do you call it? Like a wolf in sheep's clothing. So I was the Agile wolf in a PM's clothing, apparently. And then I realized what it was. But I think of the PM role. So we're going to talk about how someone can do all three at the same time, how I do it. I'm just going to give you my example, what I do. Oh, and I start my job today, so I will tell you how it goes. It's the first time ever for myself, a total remote startup of a new job. So I will share with you at some point how it goes, what I learned, things I see. I have no idea. My kids asked me today, do you know what you're doing? Like, no, actually, no, I don't. Because usually when I walk into a new job before pre-cold, I would walk around, go meet people, see what things, the layout, see how things are organized, how they communicate, just walk around, meet people and stuff like that. But in this virtual world, I don't know necessarily you can do that. My question and challenge would be, how do we create such a world that when you do hire new people that you can set that up? It's an interesting dilemma in the Agile world. We say co-location is better, which it is, but the new reality is it going to be that way, right? And then you can't be dogmatic and insisting on everything being co-located because it's just not going to happen anymore. And there's going to be truthful. A lot of people are going to work from home and come in some days a week and stay home some days a week. I think it's going to be a diverse situation, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So let's talk about this PM, Scrum Master, Agile Coach role. So what I think of being a PM differently than most people. Okay, as a project manager for many years and program manager, also I think of it as a different role. I've always thought of it as I used Agile principles and how to do stuff to make money and bring product to the customer as a project manager. Most of my projects were always on time and on budget because it was even though everybody said, oh, it's a cost plus contract. Yeah, but you have a fixed budget. It may be cost plus and they'll pay for all your overruns. However, they only have so much budget to send to go do that job. So you can tell me all you want about this whole, oh, you have all the money and you can adjust the costs and stuff. And no, you don't. So people who say that in the project management world, well, if you overrun, we'll just give you more money. They are full of it and don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay. And this comes from a guy who worked in the industry for 30 some odd years. Yeah, no, you're absolutely freaking clueless. And the people who teach that should be taken out, drugged out, and shot. Sorry, maybe that's violent. Well, they should be drugged out of the project management world, right? And if anybody ever tells you that as a CEO or someone, a manager, that, oh, we'll just get more money, you need to get rid of that person. I'm just going to tell you, because that's all they're going to ask you for, more money. They're not going to manage your projects. Well, I went on a rant. So I'm off the rant now. Let's go back. So I think of it differently. So what I like about being when I was a PM, sometimes I take that role because that's what they have in their HR system. A lot of places be in charge of the money. And depending on the goal, I would try to implement agile thought processes and from the ground up, the old ground up way of agile, not from top down, but ground up. And most of the places I worked in was ground up. And implement agile in the mindset, because a lot of times the customer needed a product on a certain date, and this isn't going to happen in waterfall. We got to do it agile way where we're all working together to deliver the product, or it's just not going to make the deadline. Right? People look at me like, what are you talking about? I get everybody in the room from all the different organizations, and we're going to produce code. Kind of quasi XP in that process. Definitely Scrum or Safe, where got people from different organizations, even though if they're not going to be fully utilized, I bring them in. So once I get that thing, so usually I suggest Scrum, just because it's teamwork, got a lot of complexity in what I do, what I've done over the years. And a lot of times I'm the Scrum Master first. I play the role, so I'm in the PM, reporting to the manager, the PMO's office, on how the project is doing. A lot of times I volunteer to be the Scrum Master also. And the beauty of being a Scrum Master and a PM, what does a PM need to know? They need to know about how the team's doing, any progress, any issues, blockers, risks. Blockers and risks are pretty much the same thing. Anything coming out, so and then you have daily stand-ups, right? And you have a planning session for the beginning of the sprint, and a review after, and a retrospective, and all that kind of stuff that goes along. The beauty of all that, the information is gained from those events, is what a project manager needs to be successful as a project manager. It's pretty simple. So if you're a PM and you don't like Scrum, you're nuts, because you don't have to work very hard to get the information you need to share and convey to managers and other programs what's going on, because it's laid out in front of you. So if you're a PM and you don't like Scrum, you don't understand what it is to be a PM. Seriously, you don't, right? So there's the part where I'm a PM and a Scrum Master. Now, what I find in being a Scrum Master, you can only teach so much Scrum. Day 1 and day 2, I am teaching people about Scrum and the Agile mindset and how that works and how to work together, right? Within day 1, day 2, getting all the teams set up, or whatever, maybe they're already set up, but I'm teaching that. After that, I am working my way, finding mechanisms from which I don't have to be there, because I want the team to own the process. I want people to step up, be servant leaders on their own team, help out, do stuff that they don't need a Scrum Master. I'm just there to help guide them and work with people as they become servant leaders, and help guide them and give them ideas and tools and capabilities that maybe they didn't have before, right? So what I learned, one job I learned a while ago, I was Scrum Master for a year. There was nothing more to teach, nothing more. And I had to see there's something more. So I started learning about coaching, and I became an Agile coach, and that was my journey. I found EST Agile that actually had some coaching courses that weren't 6-month, 1 year, $30,000 investments to learn about coaching. Not that you're full up coach after you do the EST Agile processes, but you get a good grasp of the coaching techniques and what's there, and they give you a sprinkling of what you need to be supportive in a business coaching Agile environment, right? Gives you the right tools. So that way I went to that. And then what I start teaching people is I had to be more optimal, not producing or revolutionary, but I help people grow as people. has grow as agile people, grow in their agile thought process. And I use the coaching and the facilitation stuff that I learned in IC Agile to help convey that. So at some point in time, I'm still the Scrum Master. I become more of a coach, an Agile coach as a Scrum Master, because I'm not teaching them Scrum and I'm helping them do things, but then I help them empower them, help them grow to become who they want to be, right? So at that point, I am the project manager, Scrum Master, and Agile coach. So I hit all three roles. And when you get to the point, one of the reasons why you pull yourself out of the Scrum Master role, maybe you have more than one team now. So now you're coaching more than one team because you are very productive. And this has been my career. Every time I do it, my teams are very productive, very visual. There's product coming out of the teams. Then the manager says, hey, could you start another team in this group? Or they come over to me. My stuff is, I can't manage this. It's chaos. I need your help. Can you help me organize the chaos? So I go over there. So as a project manager, I help implement, bring more agile, more less chaos in their organization, because it just got out of control. They couldn't keep up with it, right? So I help them develop those processes. Sometimes it's Kanban. So then I'm in the Agile coach, the team coach, the Scrum Master, and project management role. Now, at the same time, what then grows up into more of an enterprise coach, right? Because now you're starting to coach more than one team, how they're connected. Now you're coaching if they have more than one team, how do you do that? Then you become more of an enterprise coach, right? But at the same time, at that level, I'm coaching managers, okay? And one of the things that comes up, and this is a long talk, sorry about that. I'm just kind of giving the thing about the thing. A lot of times I do with high-level managers. So now I am coaching the managers in Agile. Not only that, sometimes I end up being a Scrum Master, because I'll form a team. They like to form these teams. And the way try to manage these teams is build a little Scrum team of managers, right? You're like, managers? I'm like, no, they could benefit from Scrum. Trust me. It keeps them focused and oriented on what they got to do to transform themselves in the organization. So a lot of times I play the role of Scrum Master rather than hiring another Scrum Master, which would be good, but it has to be able to coach in a different way. It's not just software, right? Now you're talking about concepts, vision, this stuff. What's the new business market? What's business coming down? Where do we want to go? So you're coaching at a different level and a different product line, okay? So now I'm coaching, I'm Scrum Master with those people. So that's just kind of how the journey is. When I write down I'm a PM, Scrum Master, Agile coach at the same time, sometimes an enterprise coach. It depends what the situation needs, and you got to be flexible enough to help facilitate and get those things started and kick them off. So that's my PM, Scrum Master, Agile coach journey in a nutshell. And it took me about 13 or 12 minutes to give you that information. So I hope that helps people understand what's going on, but you have to be flexible and you have to know a lot of different things, and you have to know how to satisfy the customer. PM customers want something. Agile coach customers want something else. Teams want something else. Having those skill sets helps a lot with an organization. So that's what I want to share today. Poor little Betty. It got rained on today, and her brother's all upset at her. I know, your brother lost his sweater. Poor puppy. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Today's like I said, start a new job. I'll let you know how it goes. And I wish all those looking for jobs, feel free to message me if you want me to critique resumes, give you some thought process on stuff. I'm fine, happy to do that, talk you through it. And give you some of the things I learned over the past 2 months or so, month and a half. Terrible. Anyway, give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Like I said, if you want any thoughts on anything related to the job hunting process, feel free to let me know. I'll give you what I can, what I learned on myself, right? And things I see. All right. Ring the little bell if you like the show. And you all take care today and enjoy your day. And see you tomorrow. Bye. See you later. And one day I'll hit the end button and it ends out.